have to always jump in and yay. Y'all better yay yourselves. Yay!
Yes.
Time, come on. Time to celebrate. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody, to Speak to My Heart presents Flik the Switch. And Flik the Switch is a movement rooted in awakening identity, moments a person consciously turns on the light within themselves, shifting from doubt, limitation, or silence into purpose, confidence, and truth. The idea that the power to transform one's life is already internally waiting for a deliberate choice to activate it. Will you flick the switch? And I have my guest, my sister from a whole nother mother here intentionally on purpose, Miss Tawana Yvette, all the way from, and she's in Florida now. We ain't in Brooklyn and New Jersey no more. We all the way in Florida, sunny state. She is widely known as Thunderbird Rising. She is a shaman, high priestess, spiritual guide, best-selling 2 times author, empowerment orator, and integration author, authority strategist, devoted to helping women reclaim their inner authority after trauma, silence, and deep life disruption. Her name, Thunderbird Rising, carries ancestral significance and reflects the path she embodies. The power to rise after devastation with clarity, strength, and spiritual self-trust intact. Through decades of lived experience and spiritual training, Ms. Tawana has become a respected voice in the global healing and empowerment space, guiding women from survival mode into embodied sovereignty. Flick the switch. How are you today, Miss Tawana?
I am awesome. I am awesome.
Yay, I'm so awesome. I'm loving that right there. You know why? Because if we don't tell ourselves we're awesome, who's going to tell you that?
I get a lot of people that tell me I'm awesome. You tell
We,
me I'm awesome.
we know that, but we got to get in the right circle, though. You know
Yes,
that?
we do. Yes, we did. We had to get in the right mindset. You are correct.
Oh,
And yes, we do have to tell ourselves we are awesome.
all of the time. All of the time. So today, you guys, Miss Tawana will be bringing, because she is my sister, and she's left out a couple of things. She's left out she's the founder of HealHer.biz, also Sacred You, and the Facebook group that only women can be
Not
in.
the founder of Sacred You, but I am a collaborator with Sacred You.
Ooh, so we'll discuss who is the actual founder, but being a part of, and this is shows you that I just been following her. I've just been following anything that she pops up to me. I'm like, this is hers. This is hers. Because it feels just like home. It feels just like remembrance with you. The one page that I love the most, where you can get your inspiration, your insight, and something poured in your cup of tea so you can build your confidence. Resurrect Her, the sacred rise of intuition, self-love, and power. Of course, my big sister. And she's going to bring us today, remember who you are, allowing the light to flow within.
Yes.
What is that? What is that? When I gave you your title, what went through your head? Probably nothing. She's like, I got this.
Don't read me. Actually, it was I got this. But it's important that we begin to remember, because we come into this world knowing who we are, and then parents, society, school, education systems, all of that tells us who we should be
Mm-hmm.
instead of who we are. And our parents failed us in that way. just like I failed my children in that way. Instead of, and I will say this, Mama did nurture my gifts until she couldn't anymore. So I can't take that piece away from her, because my mother has known I was a medium since I was 2 years old. My back in the 70s, yes, I was born back then.
We were.
Whole
We
50,
are.
whole 51. At the kitchens had doors. There wasn't no open concept anything. It was a separate room. And so my mother was frying chicken, and she had me sitting on a pallet right outside the door, so she could hear, because we were home alone. And she hears me squealing. I am laughing and squealing, and she peeks out the kitchen door, and I'm going, Pop, you can't catch me. And I'm toddling around the living room, and she's like, my father's not here. And the phone rings, and it was my Nana telling her my pop-up had transitioned. He came to me first. So she knew then that I had the same gift she did, only mine were a little stronger.
They say that too, is that your children will exceed you.
Yes.
And understanding that your children will exceed you is because things about us are awakening to the now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a person who has dropped here on earth, awake, you're not knowing that that's what that is. You're just flowing in. And people, this is where I wanted people to shift from the doubt. A lot of times the doubt is from childhood.
Yes.
Because you are seeing, I can stand on top of the tree.
Yes.
I can climb up there. Oh, I can soar. You can see yourself in your superhero.
My stepfather, that's who I refer to lovingly as my daddy. And with daddy never told me no. I could do no wrong. And I remember him, I asked him one day after watching Wonder Woman on a Saturday morning. I remember going to him and saying, Daddy, can I be Wonder Woman? And he put me up on his shoulders, and he took me to the discount shop in down the street. And you remember Underoos? It was the matching tank top and shorts to sleep in with the superheroes.
Because I had one with the things that unfasten the booty part.
Yes. So he went and bought me Wonder Woman Underoos, and even the plastic cuffs that went on her arm. And he said, yes, Bum Bum, you can be Wonder Woman if you want. And I was spinning around the living room like, Wonder Woman. And that's what I'm saying. I did it. I was like Wonder Woman. And I was spinning around and doing all of that stuff. And while Daddy was in my life, oh, honey, I knew who I was. Mama was coaching me and controlling my gifts. And I had gotten scared one night because in the doorway, I saw a Native American man. And when I went to Mama the next morning, she was like, how come you're awake? And I said, there wasn't, back then it was okay to say Indian back in the 70s. And I said, Mama, there was an Indian man standing in the doorway. And she goes, that's your great grandfather. He's your native guide. And so, she trained me a little more and taught me some things. And then my father My mother got a call from my grandmother that my real father came looking for me. And that's where the hell began. That's where I forgot who I was, because that's where survival mode really, really started. Like, I was in survival mode before that, but survival mode really started the day I met my real father.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Mama and Daddy broke up, and she had a nervous breakdown. And we moved to Seattle. Greatest year as a kid, a New York City kid. I was all over the place in Seattle. I was running through the woods. I was, you know, I was doing all types of stuff in Seattle. And she says to me, I have to send you to your dad because I'm going to nursing school and it's not fair to your aunt and uncle. They're a little older.
Mm.
And when I met my father the first time, I was like, and I went and hid behind my grandmother, and I had never done that. And she's going, "What are you doing? You know, go hug him." And you know how back then it was, go hug him. And you know, the closer I got to him, the more my stomach hurt, and I just did not feel okay. And he bought me dozens of beautiful dresses. Beautiful dresses.
Like,
And I was still like, his girlfriend, she was beautiful. She had long gold braids with probably 2,000 beads in her hair. And I went and hugged her. Her name was Miss Jean. I went and gave her the biggest hug. When I saw him, I ran behind my Nana and was like this. And they were like, "You don't act like what's going on?" And I couldn't put my finger on it, but I just knew he wasn't right. I just knew he was not right. So Mama sends me to live with him. And he and Miss Jean get in an argument after they pick me up from the airport. And I'm sitting on the edge of my bed in my white dress crying because I just wanted Mama.
mm-hmm.
And Miss Jean comes past my room and she's got a laundry basket and trash bags. And she goes, "Baby, I tried. I'll be back every couple of weeks to do your hair."
Mm.
You tried what? Like, I'm sitting there in total confusion, and all I want is my mom. That night, I cried myself to sleep. I had cried the whole day, so my body just shut down. You know, I had been crying since we woke up that morning and went to the airplane. And my father took what was not his to take. And I fought. I fought like hell. My little tiny fist wasn't doing anything. And I went to school the next day. And I asked my teacher if I could talk to her. And she goes, "Sure." And she brings me out of the classroom. And I tell her what happened. Antoinette Antisovsky. I will never forget her name. We go down to the guidance counselor's office, who's this tall, slender man in this three-piece brown suit and sitting high in his chair. And she stands behind him, behind his shoulder.
Mm.
And I repeat, she says, "Now repeat what you told me." And I repeated it. And he goes, "You're an active kid with an active imagination. You probably just fell off your bike or something," because I'm showing them the bruises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had tissue stuffed because didn't know how else to not have things running down my legs. And I'm like, "Yeah, I want you to punch him in the face. That's what I want. I want somebody to punch him in the face." And they both laughed at me. And that was the day that my dreams died. For when Mama came back, he threatened her. He conned her into remarrying him, told her, you know, who do you think the judge is going to give her to? A man that works for immigration and a deacon in the church, or a woman in nursing school? And so my mother married him out of pressure. Even at the wedding, there's a photo of her where she looks over at me and pauses. And I'm just like, and so for 5 years, I endured brutal torture by my father. I missed my cycle. I was pregnant. I was pregnant with my sister, brother, son, daughter, because I didn't know what to call it at that time. She's with me now. She's beautiful. She looks like me and Mom. And I had the courage last year to name her, and her name is Maya, which is a goddess name, by the way. And so I went and lived in the New York City group home system because Mama had just, you know, received a terminal diagnosis and she could not care for me. She had to stop nursing. She could barely stand up. It was so bad that when he wasn't home, I would go and stay with her. And I remember her just trying to get up to go to the bathroom and falling and banging her head and things like that because she was so ill. So went and lived in the New York City group home system. His ex-wife, who worked for DFACS, risked her job to call in a favor to the other borough. New York City is made of 5 boroughs. Mm-hmm. And, she worked in Brooklyn, and I was in the group home in Queens, and I was beaten so bloody one night that the counselor called my sister on his side from her and told them, come get me until they could place me somewhere else. So she called in a favor and had me placed in one of the better ones after my sister and brother-in-law were declined from being able to keep me because they didn't have the space.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I spent the rest of my teenage years in the group home system. I got pregnant. I lost my college scholarship. My guidance counselor tore it up in my face when she asked me if I was keeping the baby. And I said yes. And she reached in her file cabinet and she took out my college scholarship and went just like this. And put it in the trash. She said, just lost your future. I also had a modeling contract. But the stipulation was you couldn't have children. And I was determined to have this child. You know, not to be too graphic and trigger warning, but a woman worries after one termination whether or not, then, you know, if she has another one, if she'll ever have children. And I always wanted a large family. So I had my daughter at 18. She was in the audience. She was 3 months old when I graduated high school. Went through a lot, got married to a psychopath who held me at pew pew point while I begged for me and the children's lives on my knees for 3 hours on a marble floor with, I still can't have the temperature taken here. You know how the temperature things look like pew pews now? Mm-hmm. I can't have them point it here. They have to take it somewhere else.
It took me a minute too. I still don't like them. It's something coming to my face.
Yes.
On top of that, some of us have lived lives and we've experienced people doing in your world it'd be unexplainable or that's not real. But what isn't real to the next person is an experience
For someone else.
Yes.
Yes. So it's not, and it's not that I haven't healed from that experience, but it's a body reaction. The body, the saying the body keeps score, so true. Because I'm like, okay, let's do this, you know. I speak openly, freely about my experiences. I don't regret them. I don't resent them. Because without those experiences, I could not sit tall and strong before you today. I could not receive random messages from women on TikTok that say, "You saved my life and my children's lives," because I use my voice.
Hmm.
The statistics are wrong. They say 1 out of every 7 of us were abused at home. No, I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's 1 out of every 2 of us. And it was someone we knew.
That's me raising my hand agreeing that I'm putting all my spot fingers together. Now we ain't gonna do this. No, I'm putting my whole hand right there.
Yep. Yep.
Tomorrow, though, for those who are here, tomorrow, get ready. Kiana does share her story. Or today, of a sister flows it. She already know I'm always for any of that. I like that you said the body does keep score, and I called it's called reaction.
Yes.
The action that was done to you is why it keeps doing this.
Yeah.
It's a reaction. It's a
reflex. It's a reflex. It's like when they hit your knee with that little, when you go for your physical and they hit your knee with that little hammer thing and your leg just clicks.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And so I went through that. I went through another marriage that was sour. Came out of that, said, I'm not dating for a while. Locked myself in my bedroom for a couple of years. And finally in 2020, I decide I'm ready to date. I had gone to Pilates and I was all cute and boomish and hot. And I'm like, oh, girl, you look good. Yes, it is time, darling. It is time. I should have stayed at home because I thought, you know, he was a 4th grade teacher. Or he is a 4th grade teacher. So here I am thinking, yes, girl, you healed. You did it. You did it. You chose better. No. I would rather, and I've said this before, and I will continue to say it, and it's going in my book. He always said he never wanted to be in my book that other men were in. Honey, you are the only one in any book that I write. The other ones don't even make the list.
That part.
So I'm like, oh yes, I got a 4th grade teacher and he was charismatic and the ooh and the ah and the oh. And so I thought I chose better, and 3 months later the mask fell off.
Ooh, you can only I can laugh about this because I have to say this now. I can say it in the now because my sister knows that I have did a lot of unzipping, unlocking, restraining, and in that you can only have a mask on for so long around any divine feminine.
Yes.
It will only last for so long. And me, she knows that I do this thing, snatch. I just snatch right off you day one. I ain't got time to wait 3 months, 4 months down the road because now I'm going to be very hot because that means that you played with my intellect. Well,
And
how
he
about this?
did.
And I was gonna say that because I'm adding my own sugar to that too. You did. He did. Did we freeze? I know I didn't freeze. Are we still here? Where'd she go?
You there? Q? Okay. See,
Really?
something doesn't want it to be said. Something doesn't want it to be said. Okay? Something does not want me to say it. Right?
Continue. I will snatch your mask off of you. I am not about to let you play with me because I'm allowing what I already know from day one. That's called teaching.
The thing is, because he never hit me, I was always taught abuse was physical. I never knew that keeping me up till when I start stuttering, it means that it's time to break this because it means a grand mal seizure is coming when I start stuttering. And he would wait until I would start stuttering and tell me, go take your medicine, because he wanted to hide under Mr. T is his last initial, is such a nice guy. All the teachers at Still Elementary in Atlanta, he's such a nice guy. He's such a good guy. Yeah, okay, until he comes home. That man didn't break me. He fixed me. Because
what does that actually in turn mean? Well, I know when you say fixed you, and you got to say it with elegance, right? Because it's like I used to be mad, but baby, thank you.
If I saw him today, I would shake his hand and say, thank you for doing me the favor of getting away from you. I now know who I am. And honey, you were never worthy of me to begin with. Only your son was. I still light a white candle for his son every day of my life. I still love that little boy. And 2 weeks before I tried to take my life, I wrote him a text message and told him, I want you to always remember that no matter what happens, because I knew things were coming to a close. I just didn't know how. I knew I had to go. I knew it was time, but I didn't know how. Because it was, nobody's ever going to love you. Who's going to love you? You're damaged goods. You're, maybe your father wanted to do you every night, but I don't. And this, that, and the other. And so I had that fear because I always feared being alone. And so 2 weeks before it came to a close, I tried to take my life. I wrote his son a text message and I said, I want you to keep this. And I want you to always remember that you are the son that I begged God for 13 years. I got on my knees when I was in the church, and I would go in the closet in the dark on my knees and beg God to give me a son. And I have all girls. And I hope he understands. He's 17 this year. I have goosebumps right now. He's 17 this year. And I hope he understands that if he ever comes across me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, that I still love him and he is still my sunshine. That's what I used to call him. Munchkin. He's still my munchkin. And so I tried to take my life the day after I returned from DC. My brother-in-law had transitioned suddenly. And when I got home, it was funny because, not funny, but like ironic, that when we were taxiing down the runway, and my friend that lives here, the one that got me to move here, she texts me and she goes, "Hey," we call each other Chicky. And she goes, "Hey, Chicky, why don't you go to your house tonight?" And I said, "Oh, he's already on the way. You know, I don't feel like fighting. I'm tired. I haven't even been able to mourn my brother-in-law. I had to be strong for my sister." She knew. There was something, she said, there was something inside of her that just knew. And so when I got in the car, I tried to be all bubbly, you know, put the mask on, right? I put the mask on and I'm being all bubbly. And I'm like, "Hey, you know what?" And my exact words, I can remember them exactly. "When I worked for White House appointees, I wanted to get away from those old buildings, so I never visited the sites. I was on call 24/7. So I never went." The car got cold. I knew what that meant. And I'm like, "Oh God, what?" I said, "We should take your son. He would love it. It's great for him." And the car got cold. It got quiet the whole way home. And I'm like, I should have gone home. It would have been worth the fight, because at least I could have shut the phone off or something. I should have just had my daughter had my car. Should have just had her pick me up. And we got to the house and I went to hug him and he pushed back. Okay. I took my shower and I heard a voice that I did not know at the time who it was or what it was. But it was Mama. And she said, "Put your phone in your robe pocket and hit record." And I did. It's the first time I listened. She had told me to leave when I met his child's mother. She had told me, "Get up and leave now." But I blew it off as my own insecurity, my own, you know, whatever. You just blow stuff off when you don't know.
Right. We finish that. I'm gonna
Exactly. And so I hit record, and when I went to sit, because we always sat cuddled up on the couch, holding hands, watching television. So I sat next to him and he kind of moved away. And the fact is, I woke up the moment that he cheated on me, the day after I left to go bury my brother-in-law. It was 2:43 a.m. when he entered another woman. So I looked at him and he says, "I'm not going anywhere with you where you've traipsed around with another N-word." And I said, "Traipsed? Because me? Do I look like I traipse anywhere? Traipse?"
Right.
Streetwalkers traipse. That's for streetwalkers.
I changed the word to trollops. Tra-la-la-la-la. Like,
exactly. That's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I'm just being nice. She not.
Right.
She is trollops and she calling y'all out.
I was like, I said, "Traipse? See, you just want to start an argument. You're supposed to tell me I'm the only man you ever want to go anywhere with. You're supposed to make me feel better about it. You're supposed to do this." And immediately I'm out of my body and I'm looking at myself from across the room and I'm sitting on the couch like this. And I stood up, zombie-like, walked in the bedroom, had never walked away from him during an argument, never. Walked in the bedroom and laid down, but I still kept the phone recording. I heard the wrong kind of voice say, "You know what, if you take all the pills you just picked up today, nobody will know. You'll be gone by morning." And I said, nope, I'm going to stay. And so, excuse me, that was my daughter. Just wanted to let her know I'm on Zoom.
We don't change.
We don't say that. Oh, I said oh yeah, you're right, Mama. I said the S word. The S word is a cuss word to me. So yeah.
Coach, my sister coach teaches us that the word SORRY, because we don't have to say it, we just spell it. And some of y'all that can't spell, you figure it out. But certain words certain words are curses. And that's because they devalue the light, meaning they, hold on, I don't see how it's gonna look. See how the light changed?
Yes.
Yeah, it changed? All right. When you are giving yourself all of who you are, that light, that's why it's called Flik The Switch. And I made sure I had a light right here so I can flick it so y'all can hear it.
I love it. I love it.
I wanted to ask you a question in that way, which I call it sensory abuse. Anything and anybody that touches you like this, or touches you like this, or touches you like this, or touches you feet, body, anything from somebody else that touches you, and it is not loving, it's not peace, it's not joy, it's not gratefulness, gentleness, meekness, kindness, long suffering. That deals with patience, meaning they ain't willing to go the long road with you instead of trying to take a shortcut. Anything and anybody, okay? Spirits can get into things, and you'll be wondering why the pen jumped back at you, because somebody that touched it before you, spirit not right within themselves. So when this happens, you feel this ultimate betrayal.
Yes.
Words are more powerful because they align up with your thought. You don't have to open up your mouth and say not a word.
No.
Energy don't lie because your thoughts have power. So if my thoughts have power, I need to mind my business and renew this right here. Yes. Renewing is on a daily basis, right? So
yes,
when
absolutely.
When I go to sleep, the lights off and I'm supposed to feel safe and secure.
Yes.
That's brought up. We gonna do this, Key? Okay. I am where trauma started. And I have to laugh now. Why would you be where all those things happen to you? Experience what it feels like to be somewhere where a person who touched you first, who should not have, and keep in mind, I don't even know if it was him because I was so young. I just know somebody touched me.
Right.
Okay, but so I'm still gonna leave it as the biological father touched me, which leads to sensory abuse, which leads to my light flickering. I don't know if I'm up, if I'm down, if I'm in, if I'm out, if I'm going, if I'm round and round. Don't know none of this because I'm unbalanced within myself because somebody did this. You touch me.
Yes.
Whether it's with your words, your physical body, whether it's in your thoughts or whatever, the moment that you saw a man think
as he is,
as you are, carry on, my dear.
So and he drinks like three of these with Tito's and water every night. That's his coping mechanism. Go ahead, sip your tea, sis. Sip your tea. But we the next morning I got up, I went and got a cup of coffee, and I was sitting on the edge of the bed trying to process what I had just left in DC because I had never seen my sister sit on the edge of her bed and not know how to put her clothes on. She was so broken over the loss of her partner, over the loss of my brother-in-law. because he got out the shower after they ate breakfast and just was gone. She heard the cabinet fall, and she was downstairs. You know, she was taking the breakfast dishes downstairs, and she heard the cabinet fall, and the dog ran upstairs and started whimpering. And she's like, "Hey, that's from Target. It's not East Allen." You know, joking with him, and she didn't hear anything back. So the dog was whimpering. She ran upstairs, and she's calling 911. He was gone. He was gone. And, you know, my sister's always been the strong one. So, you know, and she's back to being herself now, which is not a good thing. So I had to be there with her and for her. So I'm sitting with my cup of coffee at the edge of the bed, trying to figure out, what did I just witness? Like, I don't even know what I just saw. And he comes in and he starts. And immediately I leave my body and I see the bottle. And I walk over, take the whole bottle. He tried to pry it out my mouth. I bit his finger. Took hot coffee, drank it, went in the kitchen, drank vinegar. And he says, and in hindsight, this tells you he's been here before, right? In hindsight, he says, "Great, now I have to go get syrup of Ipecac for you." When I look back on my healing journey, I was like, now how would you know that unless you've been right here before? What he was trying to do was induce the vomiting so that no one would know. So he leaves the house. I leave the house. I put on my favorite butterfly sweatshirt. The medicine was working fast. And I remember getting like 10 houses away, and there was the woods behind the community, and I couldn't walk anymore, and I was just sleepy. And so I went and laid in the woods. And I said, "Mama, I'll see you soon." Yeah, I was going to see her soon, but it wasn't in the way I thought I was going to see her. You know, Mama. And so for those of you who don't know my mama, my mother's a Leo. She's on the other side. She's always right here. She's right at the edge of my thumb watching. And when I woke up, there was a tree line and a doorway with light on the other side. And Daddy was standing there like this, because Daddy had never told me no. And I was like, "Daddy!" Because I hadn't seen him since 1986.
Oh.
And I'm like, "Daddy!" I looked for that man and looked for that man. And by the time the internet became popular, I found out he had transitioned. And so, and then Mom, just like this. And Daddy's, he goes, "Boom, boom, no, you can't come. It's not your time." And I walked over to Mom and I'm like, "I'm Satan's child. Nobody loves me. I'm worthless. And I'm this and I'm that and the other." And my mother's not listening to a damn thing. She is, "People are waiting for you." And I'm going on and on and on. And she goes, "You have a purpose and it begins now." And she pushes me back in my 3D body, and I wake up in the hospital. But I did not remember where I went. I kept telling my daughter I went somewhere. When I was asleep, I went somewhere. I know I went somewhere. And she's like, yeah, Mom, okay. But you have to go to the hospital, and you're gonna have to stay for a while. And I'm making sure you're on our side of town, and I will make sure you are discharged to your home. And since I'm the one signing you out, you're not going over there.
Oh, well, we're just gonna make a conscious decision for my life real quick. And I'm telling you, I went somewhere.
Right. And so
And that helped the situation.
exactly. And so you know, I went to the hospital. He called me every day there, harassing me. He had gone through my phone. He tried to use emails from 4 years before I met him during my divorce
Mhm.
as the equivalent, because he felt some type of way about cheating and having another woman before I was even discharged. Because you know they keep the stash, they keep the cycle going,
And
and
that's exactly where we as women, woman, divine, feminine, have to drop that one. That guilty conscious or guilty anything. I'm telling y'all, flick the
if
switch
they
off of them.
accuse you of it,
Flick the light off on them. Turn that light off on them.
if a man has access to your location, access to the cameras that you have in your home that are facing inward, because you know I was epileptic, so I had cameras in the bedroom, I had cameras downstairs, um, just in case I had a seizure, so my kids would be alerted and stuff. And so if a man has access to you all the time, doesn't want you to stay the night at your house, and God forbid you do, you're cheating, he's doing it. Whatever he's accusing you of is what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So beware of that, ladies. Take it
What,
seriously.
what would be the, for me, I know that I'm just going to, my experience of that. Welcome in those who are here on the TikTok. And if any of you know Miss Tawana, no, it's Thunderbird on
TikTok.
everywhere. TikTok. I had to remember it was a bird, but it's Thunderbird. Please go find her, follow her, get in contact with her. Yeah, she most definitely gives spiritual advice. This is just me giving y'all simple stuff. Simple stuff is we all need a spiritual advisor. Simple stuff is we all need to know the direction of self right now. Am I ready to receive? Because if you're not ready to receive anything, then you're not really ready to grow. And receiving is not always, I'm going to give you some sweet candy and it's about to taste good. You might have to sit down and put some ingredients together, stir that up and put it in the blender just because you ain't ready to eat some solid food, which ain't even real in the first place. Exactly. Exactly. I'm so thankful that you are here today, my sister, because, you know, like she said, Key, how long do I got? However long you want to be here. This is called Flik The Switch, and I want to give a special shout out to my sister, Miss Tawana Yvette, because this is the beginning of the women's event. We don't like to call things summits because when you take those words away, they mean certain things, okay? So this is an event. This is whatever you want to call it, but it's called Flik The Switch. And Flik The Switch is about empowering individuals, which is basically women. It's a movement rooted in awakening, identity, and inner illumination. It symbolizes the moment a person consciously turns on the light. You just automatically flick it. And you just saw your hand go jump. And you're like, oh, this is me. What the hell?
Yes.
What the hell? What the heaven? Said we was changing the word up.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, don't use heaven either.
Hello?
We'll talk about that one.
Yeah, but we changing up words. So with you consciously turning on the light within self, within yourself, man, woman, whomever, shifting from doubt, limitation, or silence into purpose, confidence, and truth. And I wanted to talk on that silence right there because my sister and I both noticed one thing. When you silenced me and I was able now to speak, it's one thing I was blind and now I see. Grand Rising, it's one thing I'm blind and now I see. I was lost, but now I'm found. No. When I opened my mouth and I realized my voice had power.
Whoa! I have been shut up since, and I won't.
Mr.
And
Warner, you
I
better go with
won't.
that one. That's why I said I went there with just a little bit so she can go on and come in with it. You know why? Because the power of your voice outweighs any physical thing that you do.
Exactly.
It's the words that you said to me that hurt me because they bonded with my identity within me. I said I wasn't going to go here, but I got to. It's the words that you said to me when you told me I wasn't pretty. I was told that when I was like 8, 9 years old. Oh, don't tell her that it's going to go to her head. It's supposed to go to her head.
Yes.
I'm pretty,
Yes.
beautiful. I am gorgeous.
Yes, you are.
I went through so many promiscuous
Look,
things.
y'all. Look, y'all. Y'all see?
Oh, y'all don't see her, okay? But just know, go find her Thunderbird on the TikTok family, and you'll see that our hair are just alike. Now, I don't know.
This wasn't planned.
And it wasn't.
This wasn't even planned.
Stuff being like this, it was in my face, and I was like, "Oh no, I can't be twitching and twitching my eye over here and trying to move." But you know, one of the things that she knows that this is why it's called "Speak to My Heart." So the reason it's the number 2, because when 2 come together, it's already done. It's a universal entwinement that happens within my heart and her heart and your heart. What happens is a resonance. That resonance does a thing of remembrance, and remembrance allows this to happen.
Yep.
Oh, it was dark. That's what enlightening means. It lightens you up. It illuminates you. Know what else happens? It's me. I've been waiting for months to do that one. Because if you have never been where you are silent, Mr. Juana is going to share what it looked like to be silent, and the light came on and realized, it's gonna be me. Forget you. What?
Exactly. She already knows. She already knows.
You don't like what I say? I don't care.
What do I say on TikTok, Q? Where can you go?
Well, beside this, over there. That's why I be like, you, and you, and you, and you. I don't care.
Over there.
Over there. About, and the people that I've cared for are 9 times out of 10. Only thing you did was came and saw what was in my cup and saw my sweetness and wanted to go snatch out the sugar that's already dissolved.
Look, I know that.
Gratitude for the TikTok family that is here on this side.
Confirmed last night that he missed.
We're on YouTube. Speak to My Heart is on YouTube. You can go to the YouTube right now, like, most definitely subscribe, and most definitely join the TikTok from right there. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I just wanted each and every one of you know, male or female, every time I try to do the women, this is where we at. It's one thing. She told me keep going because I already know it'd be like, they don't be one. And she says to me, it don't matter. What do you see? To do that, we'll do it. That's what Galactic just talked about yesterday. It's about doing. You being requires you to do something. What did you have to do when you realize I got a voice?
Oh, honey. Mama says to me, so I moved to DC in with my sister. That's when I realized I was a healer because I was screaming from inside, but I could feel her emotions and even the dog's emotions moving through my body, and I was acting as a filter. So once she got back to her normal B self, she goes, did you figure out where you want to live yet? And I'm like, oh, okay, you're fine now. You're fine. And so I had to take an apartment in a bad side of town because I didn't have time to really look, nor did I have a vehicle. So I had to go back to the hood where I'm from. And so I'm like, okay, man up. You from Brooklyn. You can do this, girl. You can do this. And, you know, I would leave the house twice a week, headphones on, not a sound in them, head down, letting people know I left the house. Here's my location. If you get a call from me, make sure you call my sister or send the authorities my last known location. I was almost trafficked out of Walmart. I was followed one day, and I had to literally act like I was on the phone with the police and turn around and scream, "Yes, officer, he's still following me." And then the man turned around and left because they were trafficking women out of that Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, but when I got into my apartment, Mama's voice got so loud. I was like, okay, do I need to check myself back in, or what's going on here? Because she used to just come around and I would smell her, but now I can hear her. And now I did a meditation and I opened my eyes and I see her. And so I jumped up and tried to hug her.
Isn't that
like,
something?
Mom! Try to hug a ghost. That's funny.
No, that's like your okay. It's funny because you know how you see something on TV, right? And there you're trying to figure out what, like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But then it shows you that the person, the spirit of that person is right there. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
You actually having the moment to get within yourself. Galactic says he can see both screens, and yes, 2 remarkable empresses on the screen.
Thank you, Galactic.
Thank you, brother. Say, and that's crazy. Y'all don't realize if you're on the screen with us on the YouTube, please go to YouTube and subscribe to Speak to My Heart. It is on YouTube, and we are live streaming right now. And we're right here also because I didn't want to leave the TikTok family out. I just wanted y'all to get some of Miss Tawana because, you know, I was trying not to do it, but then I'm like, nah, I can't do my family like that. Miss Tawana has been, when I met her, it was me off of, I'm going to do Speak to My Heart live. And I laugh because I flow. I see what to do and I do it. This journey for myself that she knows has, to you, it's like, oh my God, you went through all those things and you still was in motion. Yeah, was I supposed to stop?
Did I have a choice to stop?
Yeah, like I ain't have a choice in the matter. Y'all would, this ain't that. I had to get set up. I had to walk away from my mom. I had to walk away from the house. You know, I had to still be respectful, regardless of what. I can't call the phone and do like some people do. Just, oh, Ma, you did this to me. That's how you treated me. And no.
Somebody hears you.
Hi, baby. I know it didn't give you no love. She just leave you out. Okay.
You got your 2 seconds of fame now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
thank you. Have it now. Okay, you okay. I think what for me is when the light switch really did this was in 2017. But realizing that the light switch of yourself has always been doing this on its own.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen, like when, okay, yourself said, I'm going to go hang out with friends, and you chose to be like, okay, I'm going to be smooth today. And I'm
exactly. Or even, you know, you're in the car and you would normally go right to go home and something says, no, take the street route instead of the highway. It's the same concept. Your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your spirit guides, your deities, your otherworldly beings, they're all speaking to you, your galactic family. They're all speaking to you and guiding you your whole life. But until you invite them into your personal space, they cannot appear and then go into, you know, swift motion to aid you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
She did say invite you guys over there on the TikTok if you didn't
And
hear what she
and
said.
and for those of you on TikTok, the proper way to invite your ancestors in is ancestors here for my highest good, please come forward. Make sure you have for my highest good in any sentence before working with an angel, an ancestor, or a guide, because we all have that Uncle Joe, that Auntie Jane, who still, even on the other side, would not be there for our highest good. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had my father, but I paid good money before I knew I was a shaman to have my father bound in chains so that he
Right.
could not get to my granddaughter.
What is a shaman? Well, I know. I just wanted y'all to. Key knows a lot. I just don't share a whole lot because I don't like titles. I just operate. And I don't like titles because titles are words and titles make you inaccurate. And if you don't believe me, go look up the word labels. Labels are inaccurate, meaning you can't take a label and stick it on you and then actually want it to define who you are. Define means definition. The fine print of you. So your fine print of you ain't even here on this earthling nonsense right here, because DNA has nothing to do with earth, but a little bit. But your real, genuine DNA has everything to do with you internally. So until you really sit down with you internally, honestly, the integrity of who you are will appear.
Yes.
But you have to have an honest behavior, an honest characteristic, honest mindset, everything about you.
Integrity. You have to have integrity, and you have to be accountable. For those of you listening, and I'm sorry, gentlemen, I'm especially speaking to the ladies here, especially those who had kids. Own up to your shit.
Mm-hmm. I got a
If
question
you
for
were
you.
traumatized and something happened, and your children are saying they feel traumatized because you were not the mother they needed, then you own up to their story, because their version is what's true, not what's in your head. The famous sentence, these kids do not want to hear, I did the best I could with what I had. Yes, I may know that, and I can say that to Q, but I'm not going to say that to my kids. Their truth is what matters. All these kids are separating from us because we do not honor their truth. And all that's doing is traumatizing them just like we were traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
So own it. If you failed them, I failed. Heal. How can I make it up? Tell me what I need to do to be in your life again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because with my kids, when I went to them, I failed, I effed up, and if you give me the opportunity, I will show you I'm a different person. That was it. It wasn't, oh, well, I was pregnant by your grandfather, and I did the best I could, and you had lights, and no. You had lights and they go around putting Christmas paper on lights and beds and stuff like. You were supposed to do that. That child didn't ask to come here.
What you said, unless they like mine, and probably did, because I believe mine are my siblings.
Well, the thing is, yes, they did, but in the 3D realm, until they remember, they did not.
Yes.
You laid down, stood up, went sideways, bent over, whatever it looked like for you.
Mm-hmm.
And decided to bring a child into this world. So you owed them food, you owed them shelter, and you owed them love. And if they did not feel loved, then that is what is true.
And it's your fault. And
Yes.
it's your fault. And I
And
say that I didn't have mother or father after 6, 7 years old. After 7, she knows I was no longer with any of my family. The one thing that she made sure I had shelter, I had clothing, I had food, shelter, food, clothing, all that. The main 3, right? I didn't go hungry, I wasn't homeless, and I wasn't helpless. One thing you're going to have to do is what she's saying, which I said, is you got to be honest. I left.
be honest with you.
I left. Okay, they got the same dad. But he's this and he's that. Well, my accountability for mine, which I have called each one of them, I have did this. I am so apologetic for whatever I have done or didn't do to make you feel loved, valued, appreciated, heard, seen, compassioned, all of that. Do you not know what they say? Mama's never about the things. It's the fact that you care.
And my
It's still
daughter,
the
youngest
it's
child,
fact
when I
that
called
you
her,
care.
yeah, when I called my youngest child and I said that to her, she started crying. She says, "You don't know how many years I've waited to hear that."
Mm-hmm. I have
Now,
a
we're
question.
still not close. And my oldest child and I we still clash, and I know why, and I'm not going to spread her business on here because that's between her and mama. But my middle child and I,
Mm-hmm.
tighter than we were before.
And all it takes is look. You see the finger right here, which is you.
Exactly.
I've been waiting to show it. Got it, Galactic. I've been waiting to show it. Okay. So the one finger in this is you. All the rest of these are just connected, right? This right here is the one that's the power. You know why? Because you can connect them. You can connect them. You can do all of that. You can connect them. You know, this finger connects all of the rest of them, right? And it's only if you can do your fingers like that. You got to do your fingers like that, connect it in, there, connect that in.
Don't be throwing up gang signs on TikTok.
And gang signs ain't gang signs, baby. They are chakra.
I know what they are. I know what they are.
I'm telling them, I'm constantly telling them, stop throwing up deuces and all this and everything. I ain't doing nothing but raising your vibration. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. It ain't doing nothing but raising your vibration. Keep on throwing them up. They are hand gestures for you to raise yourself up and put yourself in your circle, in the middle of you, in the middle of your eye. You see it look like an eye. Who in the middle? Kiana. And if she in the middle, Tawana. There's nobody in the middle of you but you. And I had to realize that because I have access to do this. You have a question. It is, what was the best part of basically your experience, and how did it shift you from an earthly way? Ooh, you asked.
The best part of my healing experience, believe it or not, was my children walking away, because it forced me to do what I needed to do, and it forced me into solitude, which then made me remember my gifts and brought my ancestors and my guides into my life and into my personal space, and I got to know them one by one. I got my grandmother is sitting right over there in the recliner with her tea on the counter. My 4th great grandmother. My pop is over there in his recliner. His father is sitting next to him in the other recliner. I got 5 recliners, y'all. Because I roll 18 deep up in here right now. Actually, I was told there are more. I was told by a reader a couple of weeks ago, no, baby, you've got hundreds there. You just think it's 18 because they haven't revealed themselves yet. So, and what was the second part? Can you repeat the second part of the question for me, love?
Got you. How did it shift you from an earthly way? Like everything that's happened, and which I know the answer, but because this is her first time sitting in the Speak to My Heart seat.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. And y'all can catch her on a lot of times on Wednesday night and Thursday nights, y'all. You can catch her Tuesday, Wednesday. Most definitely Wednesday and Thursday nights is the nights that I usually catch her. She is on Eastern time zone. So remember that part so that y'all can have get in there early, because a lot of times people get in and they get to asking her all type of questions, and she been in missed yours, and all you gotta do is just put it back in there. That's all I'm saying. Enough to how her show runs when she's live. If you want to get in there, be respectful, honor the room, and honor my sister, and she will gladly answer your questions. Some days are free and some days are not. Just respect and honor is all that I'm asking. Don't have me find you.
Well, I corrected immediately. I'll ask somebody, would you go in somebody's house and just take something out their refrigerator? So why would you come in my live and not speak? How dare you? And ask me a question? Do you think I owe you my energy? Get out. I've thrown people out of my life. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I did want women to know is respect. Like respect when grandmama had us, and she had us in the cute dresses and socks with it, and we was all with our
Mary Jane shoes and our hat.
Yeah, and that earrings. Okay, I'm an earring person, fly person, so. And that is what I'm saying about flicking the switch. Flicking the switch on everything about you that's right now that you know or feel that it doesn't line up. Flicking the switch, gentlemen. Flicking the switch on her or him that's in your life that isn't filling the cup. You know what I'm saying? Like
yes,
you
definitely have to you have to get to a space where you love you more than you even love your children. And you have to stand firm in your boundaries. I don't let anyone disrespect me. I don't care who you are. You will not disrespect me. I had my little Irish grandmother over there in that recliner that's by the window, by the sliding glass door near the lanai, over there looking at the lake, acting like she's not listening. She's spicy anyway. Something just clicked.
I know, because I felt it. That's why I'm over here laughing. Like she over here trying to be funny. So for those of y'all who don't understand, some of us have ancestors that literally sit right there. You better say
that. No.
That'd be one of mine. You better say
because I didn't know why I was attracted to red hair all of a sudden. She's Irish with red hair. And it was time, as the fire horse energy was coming in, they kept telling me, stand in your high priestess power, stand in your shamanic power. And yes, they're titles, but they're titles because I have to explain that's the only way I can explain to other people who I am and what I do. You know what I mean? Like I saying I'm just me is not going to do anything, but it's the only way to explain to people. Plus, it's my lineage. Shamanism is my lineage. My great-great-grandfather, chief of the Shinnecock Nation. Y'all all know where Shinnecock is. Ask the guests if they know where Shinnecock is. Let's test them. They want to ask me a question. I got a question for y'all. Where is Shinnecock?
Where is Shinnecock?
You know where it is. I know you know where it is.
Southeast Asia? Somewhere in China? An island? I don't know. How do you spell
the Hamptons?
The Hamptons?
Look it up. My great-great-grandfather left me land there, and they destroyed the records. I always joke and say, I'm going to go tell the Obamas in the Ina Garden, get the hell out my house. They put my people on They took the land, didn't honor the government, didn't honor the contract to use the waterway to bring things into New York. What are you saying, honey? Can't hear you.
I said, welcome in. I was talking to the TikTok
Oh,
family
okay.
and I had to give them your name again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, synagogue. And then when I'm like, isn't it something over here after you like put it down on paper and it's like the Hamptons? And that's another reason why we have a lot of people, mainly women, who are connected here to land and do not have access because of paperwork. It's gone and there's no ancestral census to keep that on. I just wanted to say to you, you're the universe. A piece of land don't even mount up to who you are.
Oh, honey, that piece of land, I'll be able to own. Look. Let me tell you something. This woman, my mama don't lie, and neither do I, okay? And especially since my healing journey, I damn sure ain't lying. You can like it, you can love it. I don't know what to tell you. But I am born to be wealthy, and I've known that since I was a child. I had a reading last week, and he was like, whoa. I know things may be a little, because you just rebranded, you let go of individual coaching, you're making only small exceptions for that. You're moving more into, guiding and shamanic healing with women who are in corporate and high positions. And he's like, I just want to tell you, it's coming where you will never worry about one penny again. He was like, he said, the amount of money I'm seeing is insane. And I said, yeah, I know. I can feel it in my energy field. I'm just raising my vibration to meet it.
Raise that vibration. I'm always for any I hear high vibration, raise the vibration. This is what it is. Raise the vibration. You want the light to automatically come on, you're gonna have to do what Sister said. Raise your vibration. What does that look like for us to actually say we want the light to automatically come on, right? So you can have the, oh, that's me. Oh, that's me. Oh, I love that. That's me. Okay, that's mine. That mine came out automatically because I always say I walk with my purpose on purpose because I was utilized and I know we're not supposed to go to work. I know we're supposed to use our talent. So I'm in network marketing, boom. A year or so later, yeah.
Girl, I spent 30 years in corporate and supporting White House appointees. Yes, I know.
Yes, and we're in all of these things, which is still a system until you jump into what gratifies. Gratification allows you to be in, which I call it astral projection. Even the word itself, gratification. You gotta rise up. You gotta rise up to your own.
Oh, you using mama's word. You using mama's word. You using mama's word.
That gratification on top of your head so that you can posture yourself into position automatically.
I have my great-great-grandfather during a hypnosis session I had walked over to me and put his headdress on my head. And his headdress does not fan out like most native headdresses. His stands tall and strong on my head. The craziest thing is 3 days after I had that experience, I cried for 3 days. Didn't know why I was crying because I was happy. I couldn't figure out why it was release. It was release. It was the ancestors getting the disbelief out of me, getting the self-doubt out of me, but using my tears to do so.
Ooh,
Versus,
no, you not running over that one. No, you gonna rewind that. I knew my rewind was coming. What you say they use to release
my tears, to release the things that I did not believe about myself. So I cried for 3 days. I had to cancel meetings. I wasn't sad. I was laughing and crying at the same time, but they use the tears sometimes to get things out. Once you start getting in alignment, once you surrender and stop trying to control the narrative, stop trying to control everything. Once you surrender, my favorite word, surrender, then they can take over the driver's seat. And all you have to do is what they say. They'll drive the vehicle. They'll take you to where you need to be. And all you have to do is what they say. And what they say is much easier than getting up every day, driving in traffic, and being a zombie and a robot and undervalued. Since the first time my mother said to me, "It's time to use your voice," I said, "To do what?" And you know, I talk to mama just like that. I'm like, "To do what?" Because she's always standing right here. And, you know, she goes, and then I opened Facebook, and I wasn't even in podcasting groups. And there's an open call for a podcast there. And I'm like, "Okay, you funny lady." And she said, "Yes. Why?" And since that first time, I have not stopped. I have spoken my truth on over 85 podcasts. I've been featured as keynote speaker on countless summits, global conferences. I host my own spaces.
Where I was there too.
You have to be in the next one, which is Mama chose the dates last night and the title.
What's the date?
Her birthday, July 29th and 30th.
Oh, she want me to speak before the month of August. Okay. I laugh because August is my birthday, and the whole month, as I say, the whole 2 months.
Yep.
So
July I have and guess what it's about?
What?
The heart chakra. So that's why you have to speak.
And I get to wear green. Okay, July 28th.
29th, because that's her birthday. She decided it she always does things while I'm on a call. Last night while I was on a call with a bunch of other spiritual leaders. Yeah.
Gemini King says truly is. So okay, because people, I'm the only one that run around here with a name besides Tawana. I ain't seen but a couple people got their actual name to anything. So I want to say thank you to the YouTube viewers and thank you to our TikTok viewers as always. We're not going anywhere. I just like saying thank you because a lot of people don't know how to receive, and they don't know how to receive because they don't know how to be grateful. Galactic has another question for you. Basically, what discipline plan was needed to stay grounded and keep your focus?
What plan was needed to stay grounded and stay focused?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to lie and say it was easy. I stayed grounded by immersing myself in salt water every night. I sat in the bathtub all night for a long time until I didn't even realize the water was cold. I'd fall asleep in there. And that's what would ground me. I use selenite. I use black tourmaline crystals. Selenite is always in my hand when I'm talking. when I'm speaking. And then there's all types of crystals in front of my computer to keep because some people don't have your best intentions at heart and they want to do some stuff. But my ancestors kept me grounded. And I know you're like, a bunch of dead people. Yeah, that's who it was. Because when I would be sitting there rocking in the bathtub, my mother would be like, baby, you can do it. And I'd be, Mama, I can't do this. Yes, you can. One more step. And they would just keep repeating, one more step, one more step. Just take one more step. Just take one more step. And that's what I've done to get here. So it's
gratitude.
That's so sweet of you, Gemini King. That is so sweet of you. And she does. She does. And she does a very fantastic job of it. And I'm very proud of her.
And Locke said, beautiful expression. Because I had put down before you started answering it, was listening without doubt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like you're not going to know all the time what you need to do is grounding, right? Sometimes you're constantly thinking it's the grass, or you're constantly thinking go do this.
Yes. And I didn't have that. I lived in the hood. It was concrete,
Okay.
and the grass wasn't clean. So for me, it was saltwater baths. Because salt water grounds you naturally. And especially women, it keeps us in flow. It keeps us grounded. It keeps us safe. It keeps us stable. It removes toxins from the body. It removes trauma from the body. I now live minutes from the beach.
She can walk to it.
My ancestors blessed me, surprised me, and someone gifted me almost $10,000 out of the blue so I could move because I listened. Because every night, Mama said, get on TikTok, somebody needs you. I'd be like, damn, I need some sleep. What do you mean? You need me? I need sleep. But I'd get up and I'd be on all night. And I was on all night for a year and a half. I would do 10 and 12-hour TikTok lives all night. And that's why I have messages in my phone right now that say, you saved my life. I got a message 2 days ago from one of my followers that said, and she's never had a reading. She's never been in my healing program. She's just been in my lives.
And then the lady that was in the live the other day, when I just, I'm going to scroll on the TikTok. And I'm like, oh, she's on. Okay. Hey, sis, love you. That's the only thing I was trying to do. I was not even dressed. So myself has to.
I pulled her up.
I'm like, okay, well, I don't care. I don't. I live in the world. Like, I am not I am not a 3D girl, okay? You can catch me, and do you need to get ready? Baby, my face is always ready. I don't go makeup. It's real beautiful skin. I got on some eye stuff and some lip stuff. I do not wear makeup. I don't put all this stuff. I got two things. Look, let me show you. I got the lip thing. See that? The lip thing right there. Then do that, and I'm out. Done.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I love makeup, but my glow, my foundation is translucent. It's not colored.
And
so the glow that I have is mine, but if you saw my bedroom, my eyeshadow palettes and my lipstick stack over here, but it's a beautiful feeling to be on the other side. And I'm not saying that there still are not struggles or anything like that. um, you you're tested until you depart this earth. Mama's telling me to speak on something. Fear.
Because Galactic and you is over here. I can't. Okay, Galactic said just like a process of the pouring into the body and releasing what no longer holds you down.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this and let Miss Tawana take back her mic. Okay, people have mics over here, just so y'all know. If you come on my show, you got a personal mic. You are who you are becoming through your journey, most definitely. Okay, he put it here so you can read it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody that is listening today, and if you're listening this tomorrow, it doesn't matter. If you find this come across your feed somewhere, now is the time to take to detox.
Yes.
Detox from the city that has allowed you to not see you, not become you, not feel you. You see the light. You know the light's right there. You can feel it. If you leave the light on in the room long enough, it's going to what? Warm the environment.
Mm-hmm.
When are you ready, willing first, to be ready to move forward with yourself? Yes. To move forward with self, you have to be in that. I'm sitting in the kid chair, okay? It is a kid's chair I'm sitting in. I'm not looking to you, but it is it's my baby cousin's chair. How am I able to sit in this chair and not be uncomfortable for the last hour and 31 minutes and 36 seconds? Because I posture myself. We have to posture yourself to go into and see who you are and be willing. When you become willing, courage sets in, and clearly said, "Be ye of good courage and be ye of very."
Okay, you said it because Mama. Before that, and you heard me say, Mama wants me to speak on something.
Go, baby.
You guys, let go of fear. I've been on the other side 3 times, and I can tell you there is no hell. This is hell. Being on this planet, trying to pay rent and get groceries, that's hell. Hell is a state of mind. It's a state of being. Heaven is a state of being. I live in heaven, not because of my outside surroundings, but because internally I am happy with me. Let go of fear. Fear does not serve you. Fear of passing away, fear of losing your children, fear. You have to let go of all of it to stand in your purpose. You cannot stand in your purpose and fear. I fear nothing and no one. Well, okay. Let me retract that a little bit, because I make a little joke, but it's not a joke, but it's just a joke, and it's a fear I'm gonna have to face because I live in Florida now. I fear them big roaches that fly. Okay, I ain't got no love for them because they don't run from you like the normal ones in Brooklyn. They run towards you. They fly towards you. So you can fear those. I'm joking. No, you're not supposed to fear anything, and I even got to face that. So. Not in my house or anything like that, but they're outside. What are you going to do? They live in palm trees. That's why they call them palmetto bugs down here, because they breed in palm trees. But you have to lose fear of being alone. I don't fear being alone. If this is what my ancestor had chosen for me for the rest of my life, being single and celibate, guess what? I'm single, celibate, and have peace.
I'm sorry. I was trying to not be hood off that part, but I was. She said single, celibate, and I have peace. Oh, it's the peace part for me. And you know what's beautiful? You are not alone. How are you sitting up there talking about me? Hello, I behind me, myself, and I got my own thing. How are you talking about you, yourself, and I? You had that attitude when you walked away from that man. Just know this is for women. So if you're here, just flip anything that I say. If you done walked your butt away from that man because he didn't whatever, and you didn't count your little attitude back, and I leave myself, and now I got my own car, my own house, 2 jobs, work hard. You didn't, as Galactic say, always detachment over holding on, but you held on to the social, emotional attachment that deals with it and all of that about us, right? So you ain't really detached.
Not us.
Not me.
I'm not included in that one.
No, you ain't. No. But if you have not went in and allowed yourself to see how you are still socially, emotional attached, you like the entertainment, you like what's going on, you like how this back and forth nonsense is. When you tell yourself, I'm done, we ain't doing that, which is telling your body to stop reacting to the reverse verse of the nonsense that has already matriculated that you attached yourself to, and you clip, snip, away of that nonsense. That's when you,
honey, you know me.
Chip.
Always ready.
My sister told me I didn't have to get real scissors because she don't trust me no way, because she know I like to try to maybe might go clip somebody for real. So I got clip, snip. Use your pretend fingers. Clip. I don't want that no more.
The ninja bugs. Okay, so Gemini King, you get me. You get me then, because you understand. You understand, Gemini. You got me. Because that's the way I look. When I lived in Atlanta, I lived you left my townhouse and the lake was right there, right? And every once in a while, I had duct tape around the back door. And every once in a while, one would get in the house if the girls didn't close the door fast enough. And I lived in a wealthy neighborhood. It's not a terrible neighborhood. It's a very wealthy neighborhood. And man, I remember one started flying. I picked up my granddaughter, ran upstairs. The girls were like, what's going on with her? I went upstairs. I had that door closed and I will pick up the baby, but every man for themselves when it comes to them. Okay. Every man. And there's only one thing that kills them. And I will share my Brooklyn secret with y'all. There's only one thing that will kill them, because they will flip over and play dead. They'll play dead. When you spray them, they'll play dead. The only thing that actually kills them and gets them to stop chasing you down the hallway like one did me while I was spraying it to death. I had so much spray on my floor, we slipped, okay? And this mug was still running towards us. And Raid Max in the blue can with the yellow straw. Only thing that kills them. But yes, thank you, Gemini. I feel seen, Gemini. Thank you. Thank you. I can sit taller now because I feel seen.
Because she thought I'm thinking she going crazy. I know she not. I've been to Florida, and it's certain, each state.
It's certain parts.
It's certain parts that have certain random bugs that you've never experienced before. Oregon, it got all type of crazy bugs because nature is still here.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to look outside. You know, I get the and
girl, I got that view now off my lanai, my screened-in porch. I got that view of I can see the volleyball court, the pool, the waterfall. Yeah. The lake. If I look this way, I got trees all over here. I have a window now. Like, I've got nature all around me. We go walking twice a day for about 30 minutes to an hour. My dog is a different dog. Okay. Even the dog is different down here. I'm a different woman. I'm happy. This is the first time in my life that I can say.
She said one of my words.
Am happy with where I live, with the people who I'm associating with here. I have people who love me here.
Woo! Y'all know that was one of the things that my sister knew I had to work on this summer, because I felt very unloved, unvalued, unappreciated. I felt a lot of things. And if it's a tear, it's not because I don't love you.
There was a lot of FaceTimes from the coffee shop.
Of me I'm so proud of it. There's not even real a whole bunch of fancy words to go with it, right? Because of the factor of I know that I could have unalived. I could have just buried Kiana. There was times I'm like, I ain't doing no speak to my heart and say yes, you ain't nobody listening, forget that, because I'm looking at the surface people and not myself.
But not only that, you're not thinking about the one person that didn't say anything, that sat in the background and listened to what you said, and you saved their life.
And that's where I was going. I was going. Oh yeah, Mama's talking because she wants me to hurry up and say it. So when you have random women and men who you know something about or don't know anything about, and they say to you, how's your show going? Click, light bulb. You about to, and you over here talking about this conversation go off in my head, which Big Mama, Mama Lorraine over there, I just don't try to speak on it because I get fussed at. I get fussed at because I'm stubborn. I get fussed at because I'm a little bit impatient, but I'm not a whole lot. But yes, I want to speak.
Fussed at because you're a Leo too.
Yeah. My birthday August 27th, so I'm that Leo too, and I'm over here like, well, this is supposed to do this and this and this. This is what you showed me, and she just then look at me like, but I told you to go do something right now. So each time that I go do in the now, you continue to see the big picture. And I'm here to tell you, don't get discouraged because that big, huge picture that you saw, the big vision,
the vision that they gave you is real. That's what you hold on to.
Right here, have my pink pocketbook for you. Okay, this they got a bunch of little stuff in a little jewelry, other little stuff, but it's stuffed. Okay. That's how your pockets gonna look. But before your pockets get stuffed, I need your heart to delete. I need your heart to delete anything and everything that you think of. Just delete it. Just stop talking.
Everything that does not serve your highest good.
Because when you delete all this out of here, envious, comparison. Oh, I just had to go work on that because when you compare yourself, comparing opens a door up to jealousy that ain't even of you, and then you over here comparing. I just worked on this couple weeks ago. You have to look at yourself, compare. My DNA tells me I'm this. You have to talk to you because your flesh wants to pull you back into this 3D world because of the fact that you know now and you're doing this. I know it. I know who I am. Yay!
Yes. And now I know who I am. There's not a soul on. There was a man. I posted a video on TikTok the other day, and he put a comment up, "Don't ever post another video." And I said, "Oh," I even did a video in response. I said, "Oh, I must have hit a pain point. I'm sorry. I'll never post again." And then I ended it. I don't fear. I don't fear.
So my sister knows that I like to write stuff. She know I did. So Miss Colleen Brewer, shout out to her. She is over there in Idaho, and work calls her because of all of the speaking engagements, and weather's what it is, making our people sick. So this is where we're at without one of the speakers. So we think. Just one. So I am a speaker myself. I'm an author and a writer and all that good stuff. And Twana knows I be trying to sit over here because Mama Lorraine, when we speak, all right, I do that because of the fact I be like, and I'm gonna still speak and I'm still gonna work. I just have I thought I was gonna be able to chill. No. So before you guys, I open it up for questions for real. I'm going to read my poem that I wrote last night after I found out that Miss Colleen has to go to work. And she might be here tomorrow. But for today, I wrote a poem for the show, which is called Flik The Switch. That's the name of the poem. All right, y'all ready? Get
We
ready.
ready. Let's go. We ready. We ready. We ready.
For
Dim-yum.
y'all.
We ready. We ready.
Type in the chat. We ready for y'all. Get ready, y'all. Ready, get suited and booted, and get ready to sit up there and most definitely shine your light at all times. Can't nobody come in this room. Amina can't even touch it because she's too short. But her mama can. My cousin, sister, mama, daughter can come in here and flick the light switch, right? I'm gonna show y'all something. You see how the colors change? Let me show you how you blend in. Even I shine brighter than the light when it shines through you. I love the factor that you set up there and you actually shine brighter than what you went through. And she's just sharing a little bit of what you went through. Just a little bit. Only a little bit did she touch the surface of what happened through her. We still ain't off of none of that. And it's a fierce, fabulous Fly Friday. You better know that this is on purpose. It is Friday. Fire. Huh. This is not sitting up here like because we just want to be cute. Because, baby, I can be cute off of here. But what we are going to do is flick the switch. Y'all ready? Boom. Cosmic bass in the bloodstream. Heartbeat kick driven. Starlight scribbling codes in the DNA of the sun. I came from a spark before language was stitched. Before the cosmos whispered, flick the switch. Click! Light floods the circuits of a sleeping soul. Galaxies spin like vinyl in the mind's control. No dimming the brilliance, no hiding the glitch. Divine electricity, flick the switch. See, every sister is a constellation walking. Nebula thoughts in the rhythm she's talking. Ancient goddesses with celestial pitch, born with the power to flick the switch. Flip it! Shadow turns teacher, pain turns preacher. The dark was never the enemy, just a room waiting for a feature. Boom, bap, prophecy, cosmic transmission, spirit in stereo, soul on a mission. No comma in destiny, periods dismissed. Infinite chapters when you flick the switch. Crowns made of caissons, purpose in motion, waves of creation like tides in the ocean. Truth in the bloodstream, rich and enriched. Awaken the code, flick the switch. Click again. Watch the universe listen. Every dream becomes star system driven. Young goddesses rising, reality stitched. With courage the moment they flick the switch. So turn the light inward, ignite the pitch. Let purpose roar through every glitch. From silence to thunder, from whisper to niche. The cosmos applauds when you flick the switch.
That's my sister, y'all. You can't have her.
He says, I'm praying the lives of the first 5 people to inbox me. Tough times. God bless you. Robert, don't do that in my show. Ever. Ever. First words you said was, I'm pain. Second thing you said was the first 5 people to inbox tough times. God bless y'all. I am God. The woman is God. Since we gonna go there like that, and since you put the thing there like that, the woman is God. For you cannot birth no life nowhere. You can't bring no life nowhere. You fertilize the garden. Thank you so much. But your nurturing skills are not mine. The way that I listen, the way that I hear and I see is cosmically galactic. I see through, I know all, and I am all.
Kiana,
Yes, my love.
baby, let me handle this.
I'll be good. You know my hood coming out. Thank you. My sister's going to speak to you, Mr. Robert.
No, honey, it's not your sister.
Mm-mm.
Excuse me, sir. You may not know me. My name is Mama Lorraine, and I live on the other side of the veil. I am not subject to time nor space any longer. So if you ever disrespect my daughter's space again, I will personally come for you.
The entire earth just became silent. And I don't know if you felt the silence, but everything in this house is silent. I'm usually hearing the fire alarm through this little chirp. It is people that have higher dimensional protection. The show is called Flik The Switch for a reason. So when you activate,
Was she nice? Were you
nope,
nice?
I was, but nope. Spamming, scamming, and all of that is of this world. And that is why
Mama, you messed up my hair.
we must know that when we have, I want to say to my moderators, thank you for being here. Thank you for attending. Thank you for supporting. And to Mama Lorraine, I love you. It's a beautiful feeling to have. Lorraine, she said yes. Divine protection. Divine protection. Divine protection. Gemini says, which is still galactic, the gift of resilience and the glow of, I can't read it. Did it?
Great
What
clear waters in motion.
The glow of the great clear waters in motion.
Women are water. We flow.
Oh, it's raining outside too. For those of us who don't know why I'm looking outside, it's raining and the trees are very bright here. All of them, they're all different colors and shapes and sizes. That's you. We're all different shapes and sizes, and we see differently. We turn around here, and what we do, we need to do intentionally. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You gonna hide your light under a bush? Oh no. Put it in the drawer? Oh no. Put it in the closet? Oh no. Can you put you in your pocket and hide yourself in there? If you are unable to take your body and put you in your pocket, then shine, shine, shine intentionally. Will you be willing to go press the button, flick the switch? Will you be willing to pull the cord today on yourself? Will you be willing to separate yourself from anybody, anything, and any place that limits the infinite being of you? Infinite. Go look up the word. To infinity and beyond, as Buzz Lightyear was saying, right? Infinity and beyond. Your mind cannot even fathom the power behind your light. The power behind the light. How about this? The fire. That light is fire. I wasn't done yet, mama. Because I want my sister to talk about what it really is when I say light. She's going to give you the real knowledge of it. Now we about to teach. Because that fire, just like fire, shut up in my bones. Holy Ghost fire, shut up in my tomb. Tomb. Bones lay in a tomb, right? Wrapped up. So if I breathe on you, the light of truth, the light of love, what's going to happen? You're going to start illuminating and looking at you like, what just happened? It's called breath. Breath of light, not life. Breath of light. Light up a world. Your breath of your creativity lights up a world. Your breath of your soft girl era or your feminine era or whatever you wish to call it, getting in your silkiness and getting in your eleganceness. See, all these words deal with you. True love is you falling, boom, not that kind of fall. It's you falling into flat on your face and go back to the word that she said earlier, which is surrender. You got to go do this word over here that you don't want to do. I surrender all to me. I surrender all to me. To me.
Hold on.
He said it reminds
I need Gemini, I need you to clarify that comment.
You about to be coming up in a minute. Okay, y'all, hit it, tap to my number 9. You tap to a number that I like, which is 9. Tap the screen and get us the 9K, and I will open up the chat so y'all can speak to Miss Tawana Yvette, because we don't want to change where we're at. We just like rather just keep it right here so we don't mess up nothing. But wait a minute. Reminds me of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
What is that? You mean me channeling?
Huh?
Is he talking about me channeling?
Tune for I am free like the wind, as my breath is light as a feather. Yes. It's taking the triangle and making one, flip it and make the other one. Now you have divine protection within and around you.
Above, so
yeah, and I wanted her to talk about when he figures out how he gonna explain what he was talking about. But it makes sense for me why they was like, just like fire, shut up in my bones. But the fire ain't shut up in the bone. It's behind all of that. It's within you. It's behind all of everything. And it's the soul core of you. If I breathe a good wisdom on you and I give you something that's going to make you be ooh and ah, if anything that I do that will spark something within you is going to do this thing. Yeah, it's Friday. You think fierce was just for nothing? No, fierce. That fire, if a fire starts right now, it might be quiet, right? It might be a little silent. But if I have to do a flame fire, like I'm about to roast some marshmallows or I'm about to cook some, it's going to be, right? What does it look like, the fire that's ignited within oneself, Miss T? And what did that feel like for you when you realized that your flame was ignited and you turned it on and you did it?
Well, first of all, my company name is The Veil and the Flame. And it's because, as Mama explained it to me, it's because I have one foot is always on the other side of the veil. As you see, she jumps in when she pleases. And I'm fire. I do not hold back anymore. I don't fear anymore. And if you can't take my energy, then you're not meant to be in it. I live alone happily, peacefully. What's for dinner? Lay's potato chips. What are you eating? Um, it it's something that I can never extinguish again for anybody. I can't ever go back. And it's not because it's not saying I didn't want to go back sometimes. I can't. I can't go back to being small. I am on fire. Fire cleanses, fire protects, fire warms, fire directs. I am the torchbearer. I carry the flag for the army and the troops behind me. I show people the way with my torch, with my flag, with my staff.
Mm.
I am fire. And anyone who decides that they would like to be part of my life in an intimate way, they need to be able to withstand that fire without getting a bucket of water and trying to extinguish me. I will never shrink my power again. I am a powerful woman.
Mm.
I am nothing to be played with and nothing to fuck around with, or you will find out.
And you know what? I don't know why spiritual people need to stop. Not you, but the other folks.
Yes.
Messing with us. What you gonna not do? And this is how I want all women and men, whomever, stand for respect. If you gonna flick your light and flick that turn and turn it on, and you gonna feel you. Feeling you is meaning experiencing my own light, my own fire, my own tenacity, my own greatness, feeling myself. And as I'm feeling
you have
myself,
to get to that space to where you know who the F you are. I know who I am. So when people come in my lives and call me all types of names and tell me I'm going to hell, I'm like, I've been there. But how many? This one woman came in with a scripture, and it was something about me going to hell, basically. And I said, before I throw you out of my life, how many lives have you saved? And she said, I don't understand the question. I said, it's simple. How many lives have you saved? Because I can pull up the emails, the text messages, and the DMs with the you saved my life. So how many lives have you saved by going against what Jesus even believes and coming in here with hatred? How many lives have you saved?
Mm-hmm. And I like to put that, how many lives have a person saved? Right. Truly, truly, indeed, with that. And if nobody really understands it, what she's saying is, have you sparked your words or actions that sparked the fire within somebody else, and it allowed them to, because that aha moment is spiritual insight. You don't believe me? Go look up words. Spiritual insight looks like a aha moment. Why are you? Because the soul of you and you
told me a little while ago when I went, because I connected something that my Gigi did.
Right. You and you are going to connect automatically. That's just like when we got on the screen. The first thing she notices, why are we looking alike? Our hair is exactly alike. Exactly alike, right? And I'm over here like, I'm trying to get my necklaces because the shirts are catching them. And when you're in alignment with a person, it does not look like chaos. It looks like cosmic fun. And we just over here, we ain't worried about time. Time doesn't exist. We're not worried about, they gonna be worried. Where I can care less about you worrying. That's you over there taking energy from yourself and thinking about something that ain't gonna mount up to nothing and pour no juice in my cup and make it be refilled because it's empty. It ain't gonna do anything. We have to get to a point where, one, if you are already with your light on, I got to say this. Stand for respect. Honor thyself. Seriously. Because in this era right here, you have now all those people who was already X, Y, and Z and can't even spell. Then you have those who literally are over here. Oh, you spiritual now, and what does that mean? You don't believe God, and you did what, baby? I am God. So a man thinketh, with me, man or woman, they or he or she is. Secondly, on top of that, do you even know what God means?
I had a TikTok live one night, and my friend called me after it, and she was cracking. I mean, she was laughing so hard because a lady came in and said something about Jesus, and I said, "Do you even know Jesus?" I said, I said, my father was a deacon and I was married to 2 deacons. Do you even know Jesus? I said, oh, it was okay when I was prophetess, because it was prophetess. What's the word? What's the word, prophetess? What's the word? And when I was giving the word, those were my ancestors speaking through me. But now that I call them my ancestors and I say I'm a medium or a spiritual guide, people have a problem with it.
But you didn't have a problem with pastor standing up there, and pastor ain't even in the Bible. Who? See, I'm that one that's gonna check your mouth. Period.
Look, I check folks too, and that's probably why my numbers have gone down. And I really don't care, because the people who are meant to be there when Mama says jump on are meant to be there, and that's who needs me in those moments. When she tells me to go live now, I know if it's 2 people on there, the other person on the other side of the screen needs my energy.
Right, because at the end of the day, only a few are called and only a few are chosen. So I'm already knowing that your ears aren't receptive because you ain't receiving me anyways.
Mm-hmm.
You are having an idea in your mind, which is fine, so you're right, but to have an idea of me and then to want to enter and act and engage with me from the perception of myself and your mindset, and you ain't even having a conversation with me, trust and believe.
I told her,
Then you,
I said,
you get it.
I told that lady, I said, until you read the entire Bible, go get your Barnes and Noble Bible and read what Jesus said, and then go get the whole Bible and read what you're supposed to be.
Mama said I could say this. I got to say it. First of all, the Bible is about demising, belittling, and taking away the essence of woman to control me. First of all, I'm not a robot. It is also about malicious activities of dealing with the woman. You want me to submit to what? You can't give birth. You can't give life. Submit to what?
I'm the portal. I'm the portal.
See, anything that is going to take away the essence of woman, I'm going to make sure it's put back.
Oh, honey, it ain't happening around me.
No, because
not with these spicy women. It's not happening. They will hop in my body in a minute, and people don't even know that it's not me talking. The only way people, like my TikTok followers, know because Mama does this, she moves like water. Her movements are, I've watched videos of where she's channeled through me, and my mother moves like water. And she always starts off like this. So my TikTok followers know when this happens, and she leads, when the finger's there and there's the lean in, it's not me, it's Mama. It's Mama. And if Mama got to get involved, all hell's going to break loose. There was a woman, and I got to go soon, sis.
I saw the time
appointment before before you plan this. I've had this for months, but and I did try to cancel it. But
Uh-huh.
so whenever I do my summits, whatever chakra we're working on, I have a follow-up course after that. And the last summit we did was Rise and Reclaim. And that was about healing the sacral chakra, which a lot of us women need to do because, hey, ladies, every man you slept with, his energy stays with you for 7 years, by the way, in your womb. 7 years. You wondering why you're waking up in the middle of the night? It's because he's entered another woman. You wondering why you can't get him off your mind? It's because his energy is still in your womb. So protect your womb. It is a sacred and holy space. But so where was I going? Because she just had me go on a different route there.
Okay, pause right there. So I can say it. And I told Galactic this yesterday because now I'm remembering exactly what I said. He had started and I went into flowetry. That's what I call it. So dealing with the chakras, the reason it's called root because it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to go in and see what your seed is planted in. And if you're not ready to be honest with yourself about self, how you think, how you act, how you behave, how you have these twitches, or you want to have your little midnight stroll or whatever. Like you gonna have to be flat foot out, sold out, being honest with this, because you will not move from the root chakra, which deals with old ways, old patterns, the old. So some of y'all, the old wine
chakra is survival mode.
Can't pour new wine in this dirty cup. So you're going to have to go and clean out the pottery of yourself, your thoughts, anything that's in the heart of you, dealing with your emotions of you. And you're going to have to deal with your yummy. Your yummy be meow. I be like woof for somebody, right? You're going to have to be where if you are wanting to be cleansed out why your yummy be doing that. Cleanse out why you allow something down there at the bottom to go way up here to a thought. And then you're doing these things. Because what's happening is this. You're operating in darkness, which is fine. Okay. But when you're operating in darkness and the light within yourself isn't on, you're automatically in that root chakra because you're trying to, who's that peeping at my window? Who? Living in man from the fifth floor mentality because you still with con artist stuff going on. You still with sneaky leak and freaky leak going on. See, y'all ain't honest. I'm gonna be flat foot out honest with y'all. If you want that light to come on, everything about you that you think is grimy, hood, whatever, manipulative, deceptive, all of that lives in the root chakra because they want you. They grounded, dirty. Your mindset messed up.
Stay in survival mode. They want you to stay in survival mode.
Yeah,
survival mode. And then the sacral. It's called the sacral because it's sacred. It is where our womb exists. And so many of us have been messed over in that space because it is where our power begins. It's where the fire begins. Even though the womb is water, it is where the fire begins. The solar plexus is where the light comes on. That's where the switch is flipped.
I just want you to get to the switch.
Okay. I just want the heart. If your heart is not clean, honey, you are not going to be blessed. If you're out here conning people, if you're being disgusting, but if you're treating your mate like crap, but then going to work and trying to put on airs for everyone else, your family, your friends, and everything, it's not going to operate properly. Our chakras spin.
Tell them again.
Most women who have been traumatized in our sacrals were blown out by family members, friends, fathers like mine. My sacral was blown to bits. I had to allow them to put it back together. And in order to do that, celibacy was necessary to cleanse me.
Welcome in. Thank you for joining Speak to My Heart. Today is Flik The Switch with Miss Tawana Yvette.
Thunderbird Rising.
Okay. To you guys, Miss Thunderbird Rising. But me, it's still me. Okay.
That's me.
We got to tell y'all a little secret. The reason I said her name like that is because her first, my daughter, my only daughter, his name is, her middle name is Chantrice Yvette. Both of them. And we have a Chantrice over there, but we also have her herself is Yvette. So it was like, oh, did my daughter just get in you? What the world? The way some is and everything, but you wouldn't know that Thunderbird wasn't always like this. She was not always very, very, very outspoken. Now you'll look back and be like, she wasn't like this. No, she was kind of shy and kind of like, I'm gonna stay in the house. And over the last couple of years, I can honestly say that we have both transformed.
Yes.
We have both.
I
just put my wings and put them on. I don't care if I got to cry 2 tears. Okay. I ain't said
Girl,
it.
I remember you calling me, FaceTiming me from the bus stop, FaceTiming me from the coffee shop. Sis, all right, let me cancel this meeting right quick. Let me tell them it'll be later. Yes, you hit the nail on the head.
I got you. He said, okay, you can't stay down there longer. I got him to come up so you can hear him. My family members. Oh, he gonna have to mute when I'm talking so that they don't hear me echo in there. I'm gonna let Galactic and you speak. I'll just be on mute. Galactic, you ready? I'm about to mute.
Do I need to mute?
Ashe. I don't know. Maybe he fixed it. Well, I guess it is fixed.
I didn't hear it.
You hear him?
There you are.
Okay. There you go. Galactic is finally here. He had just said that is why media is pushing special content to keep many in their lower root. Now it's not thinking from the heavenly place, it's thinking from the physical wants. And remember, I was just saying that you have to know what you want and what you desire is 2 different things. You can want all day, but how are you wanting anything when you haven't sat down and realized desire, right? And if you ain't sat down and realized desire, how you want that man out there? I want Galactic. How would you feel? And a woman wants you and not desires you. What does that look like?
Wanting someone, but sometimes, they always say, you always want, but you ain't always gonna get what you want. You know what I'm saying? So that desire is just that feeling. That's more of that energy being pushed out now. You know what I'm saying? And it carries that current to that flow. Now it causes people to do any and everything just to get to that other being. You see?
Yes.
So it definitely has a current flow of that desire. Yeah. Because whatever you desire, then your physical would want.
Yes.
So when she was speaking on the root chakra, and we see what you put, I did read it out. What is I'm gonna let him answer and then you answer. What is one thing that you would suggest that could be a mastery? Because there's several things you can do, but one thing that you would suggest from the male, the divine masculine, to apply to this changing in the root chakra, because you don't get rid of a chakra. You balance it. You don't get rid of a chakra. I'm so like, oh, stop telling people to go heal the root chakra and not tell them to balance. That means you got to know what side of the chakra that you're on.
Yes. And which
And
direction it's spinning, if it's even spinning. Is it spinning? Is it stopped? Is it blown?
Yeah. So what is you guys' one takeaway to give to the audience to heal and balance the root chakra?
Celibacy.
Oh, hers is celibacy. Mine is celibacy.
Everything before ever going any further. What does discipline feel like to someone? What does it look like? You know, the way that the being is, you know, when it comes down to that disciplinary side of it, you know, it takes a toll, because now it plays on your not only that desire, but it plays on that temptation part.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, so it's hard enough because men go out here and do these things every day, right? But it can also cause a man to falter. It can cause a man to go into a uneven step of the way, right?
Yes.
Because maybe because of how the woman is shaped. It may be because of how she walks, how she talks, and all these other things, right? But man cannot physically see that her spirit, you know, it's her spirit before her flesh or her physical body, right? So when you really interconnect with her spirit, that's where it's more likely not a dual, but a part of her that won't ever be apart from her. So I'd rather it be with her mind than her physical body, because her physical body isn't always going to maintain that same concept of that type of energy that you may see in the physical.
My sister and mama.
What you just said.
Look, I'm over here, sister and mama like you.
Yeah. I love what you. Please follow me. Please.
He did. He
Well,
did.
Yeah. Do it on there, and also on here as well. So
right.
I got the play back, so I can go ahead and type in your name.
And that's the song.
Awesome.
The song,
yes.
The flyer that I created yesterday. The flyer that I created last night and sent to you. That song, Conscious Community, that's Galactic song. The song on the flyer, the one I did last night, where it's flipping in and out with the hearts, that's the Galactic song on there.
Oh, Galactic, you and I need to talk, because I have summits coming up. And yeah, you and I need to have a conversation, if you don't mind, please, sir.
I told you, I got you, Galactic. I got we could, yes.
I'm part of a global conference in April, and last year we got something like 15 million views, and the person who puts it on is my brother from another mother, and he loves to have music in his conference, and I'd like to have music in mine. I'm a musicaholic. She'll tell you, I'm a musicaholic. I'm gonna be changing my music, but I'm a musicaholic.
Yes, you can find me on auto. You can find me on Audio Mac. I will be able to show you the channel. I may just connect my channel with TikTok just so you can go in and it'll take you straight to the page.
Okay. Well, you know what? Why don't you do this? Send me a message, DM me on TikTok, so you and I can chat.
Oh, sounds like a plan. Definitely is.
Because look, if there's a divine masculine out there, I am all about supporting and networking and, you know, bringing that energy in. I don't hate men. I love me a divine man.
Don't forget you from
Lord,
Brooklyn.
there was a man that came and hung my television a couple of weeks ago, and he saw my altar and he said, "Oh, you're a medium," and I was like, "And you're 6'4" and fine as."
Only if y'all can see your face.
And it was, I was like, woo. I looked, I saw the ring on the finger, I stepped back, I'm like, okay, it's all good. But I was like, you want some cold water? It's hot in here. You okay? You want some cold water? Now she wasn't acting up, thank God, but I love me a man who is in his divinity, in my opinion, is the sexiest thing alive.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Those of y'all who not here, y'all hear that?
You guys think we hate men? No, honey. I love me. If a man, let me tell you something. I want the kind of man, and I gotta run soon, and I hate that I have to run soon. I have a meeting in 15 minutes. But I want the kind of man who, when I'm on a conference or a summit or something, is sitting over at the recliner going, look at my baby and wait till you get off of there.
Welcome in, Drez. Well, we have another guest that my brother from another mother way over there he's in Arizona, so he ain't far from me, but Galactic is in Georgia, so he's next door to you.
We're in Georgia, Galactic.
Near Atlanta, actually. I'm like part ways, have say a couple of hours from Atlanta.
Okay, because I lived in Atlanta for 18 years. I left in 2022. Never want to go back, but I have children and grandchildren there, so.
So we have Mr. Dreadlocks from the Arizona-ish, down south, really. A lot of us are just really from down south and scattered out. I just wanted to welcome you in. Peace and abundance and harmony and hugs to you, brother. How you feeling? And Dreads might be busy. No, he's not.
I'm only 5 hours from Georgia.
She's 5 hours.
Just going for the ride and living, laughing, and loving self first, and then
exactly. That's what I'm talking. I was sharing with my sister the other day. I'll show you guys this video really quick. How my friend was here and we went to the beach. And we didn't have our bathing suits or anything. We didn't even have sense enough to put shorts on. But just laughing in the water and splashing around and running like. That's life.
I'm trying to hold my face, but it's just.
And I'm screaming, I love it here, I love it here, I love it here. And yeah. See? When I tell you guys, this is the best move I have ever made in my life, and I have got my beautiful friend who's standing on the other side of this camera to thank for it. Happiness does not begin to describe what I feel right now. I am standing on a sandbar. Oh, look how far out we were on the sandbar.
Okay, y'all were far because you're looking like, okay. And you guys know the most beautiful thing is when you can flick the switch as many times as you want.
Exactly. You can restart it.
I'm not going to hold her any longer, but I did want you all to know that Flik The Switch does come from Miss Tawana had last year. And I laugh because of where I was within myself and the environment that I was in too. So I laughed because I was at mom still. So before June, she had, that was what, May, April,
It was
something. May, we had a conference.
26
So
and 27.
after the conference, probably a week later or some days later, I'm texting her and letting her know that I am no longer at mom's. I am currently went to the shelter. So I left. I didn't get put out. I left. I'm just here to let you know whatever it is that's going on in your life that isn't allowing you to reach your hand within yourself, and you know to flick the light switch on that business you see. Flick the light switch on things that you need to do that deals with valuing you. The you in value is you.
Yes.
You just take out all the letters and you still got you at the end. You can add a letter in front of that and it's Hue. Hue meaning human, because Mr. Galactic just, because I asked something and we looked it up, and that HUE is hue. It's a color, but it's you are the colors, but you are you make up the sound, you make up the vibration, you make up the energy for it. But until you turn the light within yourself and see you, see the beauty. Beauty is in the eye, not two eyeballs, not the binoculars, the eye. That's why my forehead is right here where that light switch is. Until you flick this on, you're not going to see you. You're not going to experience you. You're not going to be able to love the greatest gift of all. All of us, however old you are, have sang Whitney Houston song. She said, I found the greatest
love of all.
Of all, that love.
She's actually on the spirit team.
The greatest love of all is you. And it's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's a celebration. All of those words that go with vibration go with you, because you are the nation of yourself. And are you willing to go in and turn the light on the greatest city? You.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest city.
Yep. Well, everyone, I really, really had a ball today, and I appreciate all the love that I received today. And Mama said, thank you for the love, even though I don't know what she said. You're going to have to tell me what she said, because
Yes, sir. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you in the text. Well, I'll share.
Okay. I'm like, man.
And certain things can't be said on here because they're just for me and my sister. Because right now I'm so proud of me, because this was like, I was still in the shelter when the whole Flik The Switch, and I'm like, dude, what? No, I'm delighted. But I realized what it was, and it took me months to listen, months to get in alignment, months to XYZ. And me asking somebody to be on my show, I'm always a little bit nervous about, but not that much.
Me?
But I don't like asking people to be on something when they can just speak. Come on, write your own story.
Guess what? Then we need to work on that, because that means that there's still a little resistance.
Yeah, that's all. Look, admittance is part of accountability. Thanks to my brother Smooth out there, which he's not here right now. But when y'all see him, Galactic and everybody else, y'all tell him T gave him a shout out, because he said you have to admit. And I said, oh, so I've been doing that, but I need to accept that I'm admitting and be accountable. Like, hello.
Yes.
I'm not always wanting to ask somebody to do something. I'm just not.
Well, get over it.
If I didn't ask, she wouldn't be here. Gratitude for your wisdom, for your knowledge, for your presence, that I can never do nothing but say thank you. Thank you for helping me flick my own switch. I told you I was going to do this. Thank you for helping me see myself, even having to come back here and be with my own mom and family that has rejected me. I told you I wasn't going to talk about certain things until now. Thank you for allowing me to see the empress, the goddess, the loveliness of my beautiful own garden of me. Thank you for being that sister million miles away, just being you. Thank you for allowing me to do this freely now. Thank you for having me in your life and your family. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. It's a
Making
beautiful
me cry turquoise tears. And
because
Lotus is now scratching me.
to all the sisters and brothers out here, thank that person that helped you. Ooh. Flick the light.
Mama's okay, baby. Mama's okay.
Flick the light of the courage within somebody else. Flick the light and show them who they are. Flick the light and let your brother or sister know that they're not a doormat. They are not left behind. Flick the light because it is comma, not period. Shout out to my sister over there, Miss Colleen, because of the fact that I met her when I had a cousin and a godson turn their light off. Y'all don't understand it, then I can't help you. But gratitude, because you don't know what it is when you want to flick your own light off. And your sister tells you, you bet not. Thank you for allowing me to see my greatness even when I was hurting, when nobody was there to love on me, to care for me. And I had to love myself in places that are dark, because it's always dark over here. Thank you for allowing me to see me, value me, hear me, listen to me, and give myself something that y'all don't realize is the greatest love of all, yourself. That I wouldn't give up on my gift, and I won't give up on my voice. So thank you for not giving up on me, so I wouldn't give up on myself. And I tried to hold it. I tried.
No, ma'am.
I did try to hold it.
No, not you, Lotus.
Oh, but when you have people that
no, ma'am. Down. Go
so
play
to each and every one of us, when you help another being see they self, value they self, hear them, give their own compassion, acknowledge and recognize their self, you are helping them flick their light. So honor and gratitude to the gods, the goddesses, the ancestors, the universe, and the dominant omni-galactic being that each and every one of us is. Gratitude, because you're helping me keep my light on, and I'm most definitely going to help you keep your light on.
Love you.
I love you. Oh, peace, love, and soul. Shout out to my soul train all the time. Hello, Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn's in the house. Galactic, it was an honor and a pleasure to meet you. And I really do look forward to building a bond with you and aiding you in your very talented journey.
My sister, we need you. I will just let you know now. Galactic's going to say his response. But if it's okay, we would like to add you into a special area for all higher conscious beings. And we need our higher empress. I asked Galactic, told you.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll give you all her information. And can you send the active phone number that you have? The only thing you might have to download something. That's okay. Yeah. But it's so that we can talk the way that we need to and continue to.
Fine. I'll send it to you right now.
I had to yell.
But I am gonna run, love, so I can get to this meeting. It's a speaking opportunity.
Yes. Galactic, you're saying you're
Yes, it's been great meeting you. It's been great watching the broadcast. It's been great in all that you do, and all I just have to say is continue doing it. Let your light constantly shine, because at the end of the day, it's more bringing life into you as it puts life into others. And may you continue growing, may you continue climbing, because at the end of the day, it helps not only just you, but it helps others through the times that they go through. And at the end of the day, be a greater release.
Thank you. And if anybody needs help flipping their light switch on, I do have programs available, and my website is theveilandtheflame.com. So I look forward to talking to you and seeing all of you again soon. And I love you, my sister. And I can't cry again because I got to speak, but
Ooh.
the level of, I am as proud of you as I am of my daughter. And by the way, y'all, my daughter is the head pastry chef at the Intercontinental Atlanta. So,
look to Georgia and Florida to me.
Look, come on. I told you, come visit. Come visit. So I love you, and I'll see you soon.
And thank you for being a part of my first virtual Flik the Switch. Yes, event. We're trying to change up certain things. It's an event, and
yeah, because mine is my next one. The one Mama said you have to be in isn't a summit, so it's called something different. But I'll send you this.
Tomorrow, get ready for a special superstars special episode with none other than my sister from St. Louis. You know, Louie in the house. Of course, Miss Roxy herself will be here, and maybe another special guest.
I'm late. All right,
you
honey.
go.
I love you. Love you.
All right.